I walked into that glass building wearing a suit that was one size too big, shook the manager's hand, but when she asked me to tell her about myself, I accidentally told her my favorite color and my blood type.
Wait, are you serious? Blood type? In a job interview?
Yes, my brain completely short-circuited. I was so nervous about my first American job interview that all my preparation just flew out the window. I had memorized this perfect professional speech, but the moment I sat in that big leather chair, I sounded like a bad dating profile.
I completely get that. When I had my first interview here for a part-time job, I practiced my answers in the mirror for 3 days. But then the interviewer started with a simple, "How's it going?" And I spent 5 minutes talking about how the subway was delayed and I couldn't find my keys. He looked so confused.
See, that's exactly it. The casual small talk before the interview is actually the hardest part. I remember sitting across from this manager, Sarah. After the blood type disaster, she tried to make me comfortable. She asked what I brought to the table, and I actually looked at the literal table between us. I thought she meant my resume or my coffee.
Oh no? What did you say?
I said, I brought a copy of my resume and a blue pen. She stared at me for a good 5 seconds before realizing I didn't understand the expression. I just wanted the floor to open up and swallow me.
Wait, what you bring to the table? I hear that a lot now, but in a textbook it just means putting plates down for dinner. Do people use that all the time in business?
All the time. It just means what skills or value you can offer to the company, like your unique strengths. But back then, I took everything so literally.
It is so easy to do that. Like when they say, "Tell me about yourself." In my head, I want to say, "I am 25 years old, I have a cat, and my hobby is reading."
Exactly. But they don't want your personal life story. They want your professional story, the highlight reel of your career.
Right. I learned that they usually want a quick summary of your work history. Speaking of that, later in my interview, they asked about my weaknesses. I used the classic textbook answer. I said, "My weakness is that I work too hard and I am a perfectionist."
The classic. Did they buy it?
Not at all. The manager kind of smiled politely and changed the subject. I realized later it sounded so fake and rehearsed.
Yeah, interviewers hear that one 10 times a day. It's much better to be honest but show how you are improving. Like, I sometimes struggle with time management, but I've started using a calendar app to prioritize my tasks.
That sounds so much more authentic. Actually, Paul, how would you fix this one? During the interview, I wanted to say I really wanted the job, so I said, "I beg you to give me this chance. I will study very hard."
Oh yeah, that is very passionate, but it sounds a little desperate in an American context. You want to show confidence, not beg. A more natural way would be, "I'm really excited about this opportunity and I'm confident I can make a great contribution to the team."
Excited about this opportunity. That feels much more professional. It puts us on an equal level instead of me pleading for a favor.
Exactly. Confidence is key, even if you are terrified inside. Back to my disaster interview with Sarah. After the table comment, she asked me where I saw myself in 5 years, and since my confidence was already destroyed, I just blurted out, hopefully not misunderstanding English idioms in job interviews.
That is actually hilarious. Did she laugh?
She cracked up. It completely broke the ice. From that moment on, we just talked like normal people. I stopped trying to sound like a business dictionary, and I just showed her my real personality.
And did you get the job?
I did. She told me later that my honesty and ability to laugh at myself were the reasons they hired me. They can teach skills, but they want to work with someone who is genuine.
That is such a good lesson. It makes me feel less stressed about being perfect. Let's practice. Pretend you are the hiring manager, and I am applying for a marketing position. Hit me with the hard questions.
All right, let's do this. Welcome, Emily. Thanks for coming in today. How's your morning going?
It's going great. Thanks for asking. The weather is beautiful out there today.
Glad to hear it. So, looking at your resume, you have some great experience. Why don't you start by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've spent the last 3 years in digital marketing, focusing mostly on social media campaigns. I really enjoy finding creative ways to connect with audiences, and I'm looking to bring that experience to a larger team like yours.
That sounds great. What would you say is something unique you bring to the table?
Well, since I have lived in 2 different countries, I think I bring a fresh, multicultural perspective to marketing strategies. I understand how to communicate with diverse groups of people.
Fantastic. And, just to be honest, what is a weakness you are currently working on?
I can sometimes get a bit too caught up in the details of a project, but recently I've been setting strict deadlines for my review phases to make sure I keep the big picture moving forward.
I appreciate that honesty. Well, we are interviewing a few more candidates, but we will be in touch by next week.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm really excited about this opportunity, and I look forward to hearing from you.
End scene. That was flawless, Emily. No talk about cats, no begging, and you handled Bring to the Table like a pro.
I felt much more relaxed this time. It really is just about having a conversation and not trying to recite a textbook. I think I am actually ready for my next real interview.
You definitely are. Just remember to leave the blue pen on the table unless they actually ask for it.
I will keep that in mind. Thanks for sharing your embarrassing story. It really helps to know I am not the only one.